welcome back to my channel, and anybody that's new, welcome. So today we are going to do a Jenga block fall tree, and we're gonna do a Jenga block scarecrow. Now we're gonna start with the tree first. Now I've seen a few different trees out there. I've seen ones with plungers, and I've seen one with paper towel holders. I'm gonna do one with Jenga blocks, so we're gonna start. So we're just gonna use the Dollar Tree Jenga blocks. I'm gonna use Well Bond. You can buy this at any hardware store. I know Amazon sells online, but it's too expensive for shipping. I believe it was Nikki that told me a couple videos ago that you can buy it at Hobby Lobby. I'm in Canada, so I get it at the Rona/Lowe's. So we're gonna start with the trunk of the tree, and you're gonna make one of these stems. Now you can cut it, make it shorter if you want, or taller. I'm gonna make a taller one. So we're gonna start off with 3 blocks. So you're just gonna do them stacked beside each other, not widthwise, the shorter end up. And you're gonna do 3 on each row, and you're gonna do 9 rows. So that equals 27. You're gonna do another stem, which is the exact same amount, the 3 stacked on 9. And then we're gonna glue them together like such. When you're gluing them together, especially with, I wouldn't suggest hot glue, like I always say with Jenga blocks, unless you're gluing maybe 1 or 2 pieces on. I would never use hot glue. Just with temperature wise, it gets too cold, it will fall off eventually or won't hold as well. And if it's too hot, it will come off as well. Well Bond is usually dries within an hour, but to fully cure is, I think, 12 hours or 24 hours. On here, I always like to leave things, this just depends on the surface, but I always like to leave things overnight, and I usually do stuff in between going to work and coming home and making dinner and stuff like that. So I get excited, and I'm like, oh, I want it to hurry up and dry and move on. But so it just works out better, and I haven't had any problems yet with it, leaving it, you know, letting it dry up better, longer, I should say, sorry. Okay, so then we're gonna glue those on like that. Once we get it up, so you'll see I'll make a square on top. You can see up here. Once that is dry, I'm gonna put it right here like this, and it's not gonna stay. Once it's dry, you're gonna stack side by side, lengthwise, 3 Jenga blocks, and then you're gonna put 1 on top. So it's kind of like a step up and down like that. You're gonna put them, you're gonna need 4 of those, so you're gonna need 16 blocks. The stem is 54 blocks. In total, you'll need 70 blocks. Once you get those glued together, you're gonna stick one, almost like a, I don't wanna say a star, almost like a cross, I guess you could say. One on each side, and then you're gonna glue those on so that will hold up the tree. Once I get those glued on and let it sit, we will move on to the next step. All right, so I glued it on the bottom so it sits upright. I am gonna use a DT cutting board to glue this onto, but I'm gonna do that after, so it's just a little bit easier to work with now. And I got a mixture, as you can see, the stems are a little bit different color, of Dollar Tree and Dollarama floral, and of course the maple leaf. And see, it's just easier when you work it this way. You're going to just attach them. I'm gonna do kind of a row. I have 7, but I rather have 8, but I'm just gonna work with 7. So I'm just gonna attach them up around. I'll do one less, I think, in the back. So 1 in the back, kind of like on all 4s, and then there'll be a mixture. So when I was doing it, I just found it was easier, like you had the stemmed, and if you just bent it, because once you have it on there, you can just spread them all out evenly. when you get them all on there. I know it's so hard to. So I'm just going to use some hot glue, and I'm going to put another one. See, oh, maybe 8 would have been too much. No, I think 8 would have been good. It just won't be as fuller in the back. But you're going to try to do it near the top so the base is not sticking out. It's kind of hard because this is long. And then afterwards, you're just going to spread them out nicely. Bend them. You're going to have to do it twice. Oh, great. One fell off. So I'm just going to get these hot glued on, and then we'll move on to wrapping the stem. All right, so I actually went after work today and I got a couple extra floral stems on here. They actually had more in, so I lucked out. I just wanted to make it a lot more bushy. I haven't played with the leaves yet because I don't want to bend them until I have the jute rope on it. So I just marked an F for the front. So I always pick whenever I'm doing a craft what's the front and the back, especially when you haven't got there yet, just so I know when I'm playing around. So I do 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and 2 on each side. Now I'm going to use some Dollar Tree decorative nautical rope. This is the 2.8 meters or 9.5 feet. I got 2 rolls of it, so I'm not sure how much I'll need. I'm going to do it on an angle, so kind of like this instead of straight around wrapping. And I just stuck it right under where I could see the leaves. I'm still going to play with them after on an angle, and I'm just going to keep wrapping it around tight. Oh, there we go. Every once in a while, sorry, I'm going to stand up and do this. Every once in a while, I am going to hot glue it, but I just want to keep it going down on an angle like that. I'm going to work my way down to about here, and then I'm going to come back and show you what we're going to do next. All right, so I changed my mind on the base of the tree. I just wrapped around just over the Jenga blocks a bit. I was going to do something different, but I switched my mind. So I'm just going to do this, wrap that around. I am going to use this canvas. It's called an artist canvas, wood artist canvas from Dollarama, just to place it on top. The one from DT, the cutting board is warped for some reason and it doesn't sit flat. And I've tried, I don't know why, so I don't want it wobbly like that. So I'm just going to use the one from DT. I am just going to use some, excuse me, gel stain. I just have it from Rona. I'm going to paint that. I'm going to glue, I know you're, wait, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to glue the tree on in this part of the corner. I'm going to use Wellbond. I'm not going to use hot glue. Wellbond. If you guys hear somebody laughing in the background, sorry, my son's playing video games. I have this little turkey. I was going to use a candle. I thought a candle would look nice, and obviously not with a real candle underneath it. But I'm going to go with the turkey that I found from Dollarama. I'm going to place the tree there. I'm going to place the turkey here. I'm just going to put it this way so you guys can see. I'm just going to use some Spanish moss. Throw on a couple pumpkins in the area. I had some little, they almost look like these, but I had not pumpkins, they were leaves. I wanted small little leaves and I can't find them right now. So I guess I will omit that for this one until I find them. I don't know where they are, but I'm going to put that, paint it, and just glue these all on, and I'll come back and show you at the end of this video. When I come back, we are going to start with the Jenga block Scarecrow. All right, so now we're going to move on to the Jenga block Scarecrow. It's going to be 202 pieces, so I guess just under 3 boxes of Jenga blocks. We're going to start with the head. So we are going to do 5 rows, 5 blocks with another 5 blocks beside each other. And we're going to do 4 of those. So you will have 4. Put that at the top. Then the next part we're going to do is the neck, and we're going to do 2 blocks, and you're going to need 3 of them. And when we place it on, it's going to be like that. The next part, is the arms. I was going to jump to the body, is the arms. I am going to use 4. I was going to do 3, but I want it level with the body. So you are going to need 12, so 6 long lengthwise with another 6 on the bottom. And you're going to need 4 of these. And it's going to go like this. Sorry, it's going to go like this. The next part is the body. And you're going to do 3 rows of 5. And you're going to need 4 sets like this. I'm just going to move this up here. The next is the legs. And you're going to do 2 on top of each other. So you're going to need 6. And then you're going to need 4. And you're going to need, obviously, another leg. Now, I'm going to make my guy have a gap in between there. Just so my idea is once these are glued, and we're not going to glue him all together at once, and I'll explain in a minute. Now, I plan to put clothes on him. Now, you can paint him. But my idea, and I've been playing around off camera when I was doing the fall tree. So I am going to put clothes on him. I'm not going to paint him. The only part that I'll paint is probably the neck and the part of the face, but the rest of the body is going to be covered in clothes. But you can use, if you really want to paint him, you can do that too. So that was an option I was going to do at the beginning until I started farting around on the side and decided that I'm going to actually put some clothes on him. Now, when you're gluing, I would glue the body and the legs together. And you make sure they're level and they're all straight. So glue the legs, let them use one of the carpenter rulers, the L-shaped ruler, making sure they're nice and straight. Let it glue. Let it, totally glue together. The exact same with the other one. Same thing with the body when you're gluing it. The one's a little bit longer. That's the one thing about these blocks. Doesn't matter if it's longer on the bottom, you'll just have to add the other one. You might have to just file it a little bit. But I would glue this part on first. Glue just the arms together, leaving the head and the neck. So once I glue all these together with the legs and the body, just the arms and the head and the neck, we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I just wanted to show you that, okay, so we have the body. I did the legs, as you can see here, just a little bit off, which is fine. Just, I wanted to make sure there's an actual bigger crack in there, but I just put what we're gonna do. Now, if you're just gonna paint it, I suggest just moving them in to be parallel to the top of the body. So what I wanna do is put little jeans on him. Well, not jeans, I wanna do overalls. So I had an old pair of jeans that I was actually gonna donate. And I've already played around with one, so you can see one leg's gone. I'm just gonna show you. So you're just gonna cut some. Now it all depends, and I did not measure it. I do not sew. Okay, why is I do not sew at all. So, well, I do sew, but I sew like a sock or a seam. I'm not a big sewer. I don't have a sewing machine. Sorry, guys. Why is my scissors giving me a hard time? I'm trying to make this. So, oh, I gotta keep this here. So it's not cut very straight, but you're gonna measure it and do it a little bit longer. So and if you don't have a pair of jeans that you want to get rid of, go to the thrift store. You can usually buy like an old pair of jeans, or maybe you can go, I haven't actually looked in the baby section for like preemie, but they didn't have anything that was available. So, and then it's longer that way, that way. Then you're just going to want to cut it right down the middle. Like this. So I'm going to look here. Cut it a little bit more. Okay. And then here, it suggests doing the legs first, guys. I'm just going to quickly go through because otherwise this video is going to be very long. We're going to manipulate this after, once it's on. I don't know why my scissors are giving me a hard time. I think I cut those would be my fabric scissors, and I cut something with them. And now they're just a little bit over here. So you're kind of making it even. Okay. Otherwise it would be straight there. Then you're going to want to turn it inside out. Now we don't like that seam, but that's okay. So you're going to want to turn this inside out. This was the fun part. Actually, I kind of liked doing this because I don't normally sew, so it's a little bit outside my box. So anybody that sews, it's going to be great for you. Next you're going to do is you're going to take hot glue and you're just going to put some along the edge, not on the edge, sorry, on the inseam, and you're going to flip it like this. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Just make sure. Even if you lift it up a little bit. And you're going to do the exact same on the other side and glue it. On the inside here, you're going to glue it there. And you're going to glue it kind of like this. Don't make it too narrow right away because once you have it on. So once you do that, I'm just going to show you. So I've already done, this is just hot glued. Then we're going to turn it inside out. The fun part. I think it turned out really good so far. Oops, I think I just ripped. Did I rip it? No. Sorry guys. Now, as you notice because it's the outside of the leg on the one leg of the jeans I had, you see the inseam? So we're going to make this the front so you don't see it. I'm just going to fold it up. We are going to add just some feet, 2 Jenga blocks. So it's going to move up to 1 on each foot. So it's going to move up to 206 for how many blocks. I just want it to be more even. It is stable, just a tad wonky, which is probably 1 or 2 Jenga, but once you put 2 on, make sure they're flat. It will be solid. But we're going to do that at the end because you're going to have a hard time getting the pants on and off. So I'm just going to roll up the jeans. We can always cut the jeans after. I'm going to turn it upside down. which side are we on here? Now look how cute this will look. Okay, so once we have that on, you can stick some stuffing in there. I think this is what ripped open. That doesn't matter. So I think they will have to be a little bit cut, but I like the folded over. I think it looks super cute. So the next thing, I'm just gonna tell you this before we move on. So on the jeans, there's a little pocket. I don't know, they call it the 5th pocket. I don't know, I don't even know what it's called. So I already cut it out, and I just hot glued a little bit on the bottom and took the inside. There was a liner on there that I took the inside out. I also took the belt loops off. I took 4 of them off. So once you take those off, but we'll add these later, but since we're talking about the jeans right now, I just wanted to show you. So this is gonna be the body. We're gonna add it as a little pocket on the front. We're just gonna hot glue that on. But I'm gonna hot glue it on once we get the arms on, just to make for the proper placement. And the little loops. Now I just used just a Dollar Tree X-Acto knife when taking the loops off. And then also too, I just want to show you, sorry, I hope this is showing. Usually there's that part where it's sewed on. I just got it out, cut off the excess, and then I just glued 2 together. Which will eventually be his little straps over. Now, excuse me, let me just move this to the side. Now these are the arms. I just took the edge off a little bit. I put an F for the front. I didn't do the edges on the back. I just did a little bit of the edges. That's just me. So Dollar Tree has this pumpkin material, which I think is super cute. I thought it would be great with the jean look. So we are just going to put it on there. I was gonna glue, but I think I'm just gonna Mod Podge it on, honestly. But I'm gonna use the matte Mod Podge. I don't want it shiny. And then you're just gonna, I'm gonna have it cut better, but I was just playing around. And then on the ends, I am just gonna tie it. It's almost like, you know, like when you're wrapping a present and you want the ends tight, because it doesn't matter it's short. It doesn't want to be longer because you don't want to make the arms too long. So I just want to show you. So once we get, and you just got to measure, make sure it's even on both sides. We're going to cut the jean once you have this totally on and have the ends tied. You're going to cut the jeans and you're just going to hot glue how it's folded over. Then you're going to tuck whatever you need underneath as well with the hot glue. I know it's looking kind of silly right there. And you're going to do it right there. You're going to add the little strap on both sides. I don't have the other one done because I wanted to show you. You're going to have the little straps. And then I did just the, like I normally do with, if you're new to my channel, I use a Dremel hand drill, or else you can use one of the DT's coarse nail file, just to make the edges a little bit not so square. Just got to make sure when you do that, that you have it like that. So we will be adding stuff to this, so I am going to get all this on before we go on to this step. All right, so I got the jeans on. I just tucked it underneath on the underarms part that was loose, and I was able to have enough material to go on both sides and do it. I think it turned out pretty well considering I don't sew, so I can imagine what it'd be like if I could sew. So the feet, we're just gonna add, so they'll bring up the count to 206 blocks, 2 flat like this, and you're just gonna put it flat like that with the little bit of the lip hanging over. Let me see here, sorry, I'm standing up here. It's going to be sticking out the front just a little bit, but that will give it a better leverage so that it's standing upright. Since some of the blocks are a little bit even, with this it'll be a lot better. So we'll glue that on. Not going to paint them or anything, only because we're going to be sticking straw out there, and that will just blend in with the straw. So while I'm going to do that and glue that, we're going to move on to the head. So with the head, we're gonna just grab some DT paint, some warm beige, and we're just gonna paint it all the way around. While that's drying, we can start on the hat. Now, I wanted to do, I had a couple different ideas. I got this little pack, the little mini hats. Now I've seen them in groups, some crafting groups I'm in, that they had different colors and stuff like that. These ones were just the Mardi Gras ones, and these were the only ones that I could find. So I think they came in they came into a 5-pack. So I grabbed one and I did a beige. Now, and I just used, what did I use? I used a little bit, oh, I have it right here. I used a cashmere tan. Now, only because I want to have it, I have like a roll of jute rope, so I wanted a little bit more color, so when you put this over that you're not going to see it, but I'll show you that a little bit later when we do that part. Now the hat is a little bit too small for his head, as you can see. Now I took a piece of foam board and I just kind of cut it. I was trying to do more rectangular, it didn't turn out that way, but you're going to hot glue it down, all the way down. And you're going to do another coat of cashmere around the orange part and underneath. And then we'll move on to the burlap. Now that I had it all painted and I glued it down, as you can see here, part of the hat actually melted. I guess it's just because I left my hot glue on for a bit before I glued it on, and it melted. But it's okay, it's all going to be covered. And I just end up painting the underneath and the back. So I have a big roll of this burlap. I know DT sells about half the size. I just hot glued pieces together. Now, I think I might have hot glued an extra piece, but we're gonna put it over, over top of it. So I just grabbed an elastic. And you're gonna wanna put it kind of like that for the moment. And you're just going to push it down, and you want to make sure that it's still on the outside of your hat, and you're just going to gather it as you go all the way around like this. It's going to be kind of like buckled near there, and that's totally fine as long as it's still hanging over your edge of the hat. All right, now that we got it all glued down, I glued it all along the edge. We're just going to cut it. And I'm just going to try to look. Sorry, guys. It's all the way around. Oops, I think I'm cutting part of the board. I'm trying to do it sideways here so I can see through the burlap where I have the... Looks like I'm cutting right into it, so I'm going to have to paint the little edges, but that's okay. So you're gonna wanna do this all the way around. And then I don't think I'm gonna have enough room left with the burlap that I already, that I've attached, and I made it a little bit too big. But we're also gonna put it underneath the hat as well. I'm just trying to do it here. I'm cutting into that board, I think. So the hat's gonna look like this, except as you can see, I can cut, so I'm just gonna paint with the, I believe it was cashmere tan. So once that's done, and I don't think I'm gonna, well, I have enough and I have a hole in it, of course. I might just be able to, oh, I'll just have enough. So then I'm just gonna glue this part on the bottom and cut exactly the same way that I did with the hat, the top part of the hat. All right, so while I let the hat dry, I did use hot glue, but just the edges where the orange was, so I'm gonna let it dry. The head, now, I already played with just some black paint. I could use my Cricut, but I didn't turn it on, so I just did freehand. I'm not the best drawer, so it turned out okay. For the eyes, I am gonna use buttons. I'm not gonna place them on right now. I'm gonna wait till I do the hair, and I'm gonna probably shape the nose better, but I just cut out some foam paper, and I'm gonna use the nose, and I'll put some black marks on it as well. But before I do that and continue with that, I have hay, but I don't want to use hay because it's just a little bit too stiff and you can't break it. So the raffia that I got from DT came in a 3-pack with the neutral color and these 3. So I'm hoping the one, I have enough for the bottom of the legs and the arms that I want to do. So I've just cut them in sections. Now, when it was bent over, I cut it in half, and I'm just gonna move that one there. And you know, what else you could use as well, and I try to look in a few of the dollar stores, DT had them off the shelf, is you could actually, which would be a little bit more easier because they're more flexible, is the hula hoop skirts, the neutral hula hoop skirts, because their plastic's a lot more bendable, and I think it would look a lot better, but I'm just gonna have to work with the raffia. So the sections I just had, the one section, I'm just bending it in half. And then I'm just gonna, it's just gonna be, I know this is gonna be a crazy job to do. Haha. I'm just gonna glue in a section like this. I'm gonna kind of kink it a bit so it's not so straight. I don't know, that's just me. And I'm gonna start gluing, let's see. From the front here, like this, and all the way around to the other side. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do bangs. I'm just gonna see how it looks beforehand and go all the way around. All right, so I glued all the way around just the raffia. I could use a few spots there, but I'm not too concerned about that. It blends in with the color. I added the buttons, glued on the nose. I was gonna put black on the nose, but I think that's gonna be too much. Now, DT has a roll of fabric like this. I cut out just a square corner, and you know, with the material, once you cut it, it starts fraying. So I just folded it over to make it a bandana. So once we put that on him, it's just gonna be kind of squished and wrapped. I want it short so you can see the front pocket of the jeans, which will look super cute. Now with the hat, I did change, the hat, I did push it to the front. It was quite, I had to put lots of hot glue and I had to hold it there, and I stuck it in front of my AC so it would dry faster. And I added a flower from one of the picks from the floral picks from the DT. I just cut it off, stuck the sunflower in there. Now the edging, as you can see, looks prim and proper. So when I painted it, I didn't really like it. And you can get these the little 3-pack from, it's either DT or Dollarama. Sorry guys, I don't know which one I got it from. And I just thought it was thin enough and it was braided that you could actually just add it on. And I just hot glued it all the way around, and I just gave a nice trim to it like such. I thought it looked really super cute. Now the next thing we are going to do, and I'm going to add this at the end now that we have this guy done, is we are going to add the hay to the arms and the feet. So I still have, actually, considering I thought I was going to run out. I made the hair longer, but obviously I'm not going to do it longer. I thought I'd run out, and I still actually have quite a bit. I will cut them shorter than the hair, and I'm just going to hot glue it so it sticks out and just kind of underneath the jean. And then, you know, you can, no, I'm just going to show you here, but I'm just going to do them shorter like this and kind of bend them. You can kind of stick some in the pockets if you want, and it depends on what you did with it. I like them folded up like that. I don't know, that's just me. And I'm just going to do that all the way around, just the sides and the front. I'm not going to do the back. Now for the arms, and guys, you can switch anything up, you know. This craft took me, I think 5 days, and that's just me doing a little bit before I go to work, you know, with the painting and drying. So it's not a long craft. If you painted it, would have been a lot faster. I just wanted to try my little sewing ethics. Well, not sewing, but the hot glue. And I thought it worked out well. Like I said, I don't sew, you know, I can sew a seam or a sock or something like that. But I thought it turned out pretty well. So I'm just gonna grab some here. I'm gonna break it all off. Let me see. Oh, I got some here. So I'm gonna do them shorter than that. I think they're still, okay, that's the end I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna tie elastic because then it all gets, and this way that side is. So I'm gonna kind of do it like that. I'm just gonna grab a bunch. I'm probably gonna do it about there. And I'm gonna hot glue, similar idea to the head. I'm gonna hot glue, but I'm gonna give it a bit of space in here. I'm gonna hot glue it all the way around on both sides. Once I get some hot glued on here, well, all the way around, now it depends on what you want to do, and they're all going to fall off now. So I'm just going to show you a couple, whatever stays on here. Haha, none. Once you get some hot glued, I'm just going to grab some of this. I don't know if I'm going to glue it on first, and I'm going to play around. I thought about hot gluing it on and adding some ribbon to it. I might add some jute rope. Let me get them glued on. I'll come back and I'll show you. We'll put him together and we will show you the finishing touches on the fall tree and this guy. All right, so I just wanted to show you the end result. So this is the tree. I did add the DT cutout of Thankful that I did put on part of the tree with just, I stained the wood and put just a little bit of red and orange glitter. I think it turned out really well. It's hard to see the turkey just because of the reflection in the living room here. But also, I just love how Jasper has turned out. He looks really awesome. I added a little black bird as a crow, but it was just a bird I had, which I just used some DT black paint to make it look like a crow. Added a little patch of material on the jeans. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Give me a thumbs up. Happy crafting and see you soon. Bye.